of yourself, bang them loudly together, make a bit of noise, and welcome to the stage the wonderful Anna Murphy. Hello, how are we going tonight? Good. Excellent to be here. I haven't been here for years. We used to come here a lot as kids, the Bull, because on my mum's side, our great-great-grandparents came from the area, so I kind of feel like I'm back with family, kind of like with my peeps. Who says peeps? Did I lose you all with peeps? Look, the one thing I'm sure about peeps is that I'm too old to use the word peeps. So let's start again. How are you all? I'm Anna. I'm from Melbourne. I'm very new to comedy, so study. But I've come up here today with my older brother who's over here. He's performing later on tonight as well. So I know what you're all thinking. Geez, their parents must be proud. Look at those aging ragings putting on little comedy shows around the country in their mid to late 40s for free. Yeah, look, I'm one of three, and I'm pretty sure that our mother would be less embarrassed if one of us got arrested and put in prison. That story would be easier for her to tell the church people, other than the story of only one of us is married and only two of us are straight. Oops, we left the gay one at home, it's okay. So who's got siblings? Yeah. Shit, isn't it? I reckon that it is physically, it's just, you can't emerge from growing up with siblings unscathed. Physically impossible is the word I'm looking for. And I was the youngest, so, oh my God. The taunting that you... Peter's the reason that I go for Collingwood, for God's sake. Yeah. Go Pies! But yeah, no, like I had no choice in that. I was like 6 years old, he's held me under a table and going, I'm going to punch you if you don't go for Collingwood. Like, that stuff's damaging. Actually, not the violent bit, just the Collingwood. I mean, how hard is it being a chicken, a Collingwood supporter with all your own teeth? It's not easy. And you know, the sibling thing, like, oh my God, the taunting that you grow up with, like, you know, and the name calling, oh, they were imaginative. You know, fat, fatty McFat, that was one of my favourites. And anyone a 70s child in here? Anyone born in the 70s? There's one person. Oh my God, I'm so old. Anyway, in the 70s, ladies and gentlemen, you can use this as a bit of education. Have we got 60s children anywhere? Oh, there we go.
Somebody's trying to be 70s.
Are you in the 70s?
She thought she might be sneaking, but no.
Well, we have to think about it. That's a problem, isn't it? How many beers have you had?
Too many.
Anyway, but kids of the 70s, you younger ones won't remember this, but holidays for us were always very interesting because that looked like 5 people stuck in a Commodore for the 2-day trip to Warrnambool every year. There was no Westgate Bridge. It took a long fucking time to get here. And Dad always insisted on breaking the journey up with a night in Geelong. Unreal. Anyway, first day was always problematic because I was stuck in the back with the 2 boys and, you know, they get bored and they're annoyed and whatever. And I remember one particular trip, they started singing a song, right? So they're just there and they're like, dun, 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 dun. Didn't they get me involved, so I'm doing it too. Then Mum and Dad are in it. And this kept going on. Until the boys decided to tell us what the words were. Anna is a big fat pie. Yep, I'd been singing my own fat song for half an hour. And Mum and Dad have been singing it too. How rude. Anyway, all of this has left me totally scarred. And now I find myself in my 40s and well, I just want to share it with you. Recently I was diagnosed with a really severe case of uncontrolled chronic hypochondria. It's really bad. I think my doctors, I'm sure they think it's the worst case they've ever seen. But the hypochondria actually has been passed down through the generations, incidentally, from my mum's side, the Warrnambool crew. And it turns out that apparently great great-grandma, she thought she had polio. She didn't. Her hips had just given way because she was the town bike for 40 years. Oh, great-grand. You know, well, she was trying to say there weren't too many bikes around town in those days, if you know what I mean. I was surprised actually this afternoon that I didn't drive in and see a bronze statue of Nana with her ankles around her neck. She's heaven. Oh, anyway, I'm going to go all misty thinking about great-grand now. But with my mum, it was hard not to be a hypochondriac. She's a nurse. She looks at you sideways and she diagnoses you with things. Like the other day, she's like, you know what, I think you've got fibromyalgia. And I was like, I think you should shut your face. She's 73. Anyway, I had thought that by not having children of my own that I could escape ever sounding like my mum. You know, you just think, well, I can avoid that. But apparently that shit is just hardwired in, right? Because I've become a stepmom recently, and you just all of a sudden hear yourself saying things that your mother would say. Like, now, careful, you don't want to be the boy who cried wolf, do you? Now, sweetheart, I'd stick that tongue back in if I was you, otherwise the wind will change and your face will stay like that. Have you got a test tomorrow? Would you like a Valium? Seriously, growing up with my mother was like growing up with Nurse Jackie. Like, I kid you not, pills were like treats. We were medicated before you could say Child Protective Services. By the time I hit my 20s, I was so immune to Panadol, I was taking ecstasy for headaches. Kid you not, I had a migraine once, I had to have a shot of heroin. But anyway, you know, I do take my... But just on that, it's not a good idea to offer children drugs that aren't biologically yours. That's a tip for everyone. But I do take my hat off to parents. I don't know how you do it. Like biological parents, it's a really tough gig. Because before I met my partner and inherited this family, I was on my own for about 10. Oh, look, it was 15 years. Who's counting? So, you know, it's really different for me. Like, I'm just finding that the world's like it's turned upside down. But I just remember when I was on my own, I used to just dream of what my future would look like, and dream of what my partner would look like, dream of where we'd live, and would there be kids involved, and all these dreams. And now, after having sat through Frozen for the 45th time, I'm really ready to pack a bag and move to Warrnambool to get away from the little cunts, to be honest. No, I don't want to watch Despicable Me again. I want to be Despicable Me again. I don't want to be the adult. I'm going to get fucked up on cocaine for the whole weekend and stay out. Anyway, sorry, I don't have children. I have gays. Lots and lots and lots and lots of gays. So I spent about 10 years in the gay disco, so I am a recovering fag hag. I can prove it. What do you call a gay dinosaur? A megasaurus. Yeah, see, I ran that joke by my gay best mate, just to see whether it was funny or not, and he said, yeah, look, it's pretty good, it's okay, but the only way that joke would ring true is if the dinosaur in question was actually an angry, hungry power bottom. I did not ask for an explanation about it. You're on your own. Google it later. But anyway, look, parenting and hanging out with the gays is kind of similar. Like, there's been a lot of occasions where I've had to make sure the gays are suitably hydrated and into bed at an early, reasonable time. But with the gays, my responsibility used to end about a day and a half after I went out with them for the first place, and then stack them in a taxi and send them home. I can't do that with my stepkids. Can I? Yeah. Can I? That's awesome. I'm doing next week. But yeah, look, it's just different with the children. Those days when the drugs wore off, you could go to sleep and 2 weeks, no one would fucking bother you. Now, who wants to sleep on a fucking weekend, hey? 6:30 in the morning and the little tricks want to play. I want to play too, but I want to play hide the sausage with daddy. And for any parents out there, the sound of giggle and hoot coming from the telly in the other room, although not a total turn off, it's just not sexy, is it? Really? Anyway, That's actually wrapping me up. I've just got so carried away talking to you. But anyway, thank you for having me. I will speak to you all later. No, I won't. See you. Have a good night.
One more time for Anna Murphy, everybody.